Hello, hello. It is Wednesday in Westeros, number 3. I do not have much time today, so I'm going to try to be quick and hopefully say hello to whoever is here. Is anyone here today at the moment? Let's see. Not at the moment, it looks like. Cool. That makes it easy. I can just run through this. All right, so first up, we're going to revisit some events here in North America. I've added a couple, and a couple have already gone by. So coming up this weekend, we have the Clash at the Crossroads down in Camarillo, California. That event is looking pretty awesome. Good job, John. We have the day after, we have a meetup in Salem, Oregon. This is a casual or learn to play or just meeting up for games from the two communities of Eugene and Portland and whoever else wants to make it. Then we have May 4th, we have the Richmond Open over in Virginia. And then the two that I've added on this page are the BC Provincials up in Vancouver in Canada. Right above Seattle. So if you're in the Pacific Northwest, if you're in Seattle and you're listening to this or watching this, give this a look. I'm going to add this link actually to this entire doc that I'm reading through to the description below. It's not there at the moment. I forgot to add it, but you'll be able to come into this doc and look at it yourself and click on all these links. I think it was just easier that way instead of having a giant description. All right. And then the week after, it looks like. In May 24th and 25th, we have the Canadian Nationals. So bam, bam, 2 events in a row. But this time on the East Coast over in, I want to say Ottawa, right above New York, is their big Nationals. That looks like, I think, when I looked, I think it was, let's give it a look, hopefully. I think it was around 40 players last time I looked, which is awesome. 36 with a big wait list. So there you go. Good job, Canadian Nationals. That's looking awesome. I think I see an American flag there. Oh, snap. Let's go. All right. So those two I've added because they are our neighbors, and if we can make it to support their events, let's try to do that. I wish I could go. There's no way for me, unfortunately. All right, and then we have Miso's Road to Nationals event up in Louisville, June 7th. Wardens of the West 3, I'll be talking more about that at the end of this chat. Labor Day weekend, 3 days of Ice and Fire, 4 days of Pacificon. So I'll be planning all the events as far as the rounds and such go around the main. One of my favorite things about Wardens of the West 3, or not Wardens of the West 3, sorry, of Pacificon was the flea markets. So I'll make sure all players get time to go to flea markets, which are very fun. You know, imagine a giant multi-family garage sale with all just tabletop games and minis. So that's going to be dope. And then there's a bunch of other mini tournaments, actually. There's like Star Wars Legion. There's, I can't even, there's a huge list. Pacificon is shaping up to be the minis event on the West Coast, I think. So that's going to be pretty awesome. Anywho, I'll talk more about that later. We have Bourbon City Brawl in Louisville, Kentucky as well, October 3rd through 5th. And it looks like he has 2 song events. Who's the boss on the 3rd and the championship on the 4th. And then, of course, the U.S. Nationals. Let's go. All right. So, breaking of the chains. We have a few more sponsors to announce. Just want to make sure I'm not ignoring anyone before we move on to the next subject. I am not. At least not yet. Cool. I'm just going to say hello in case someone is here. Hello. All right. Into the chat it goes. U.S. National sponsors. So last time I did a Wednesday in Westeros, we had Reaper, We had Monument Hobbies. We had Tooth and Coats. Now we are for sure also having the Shire Post Mint. Now these guys, if you're not familiar, do the coins. From what I saw, I don't want to be wrong, so I'm afraid to say it. But I'll just say, like, they seem like they were gonna hook us up. I'll just say it that way. But yeah, these guys do all these awesome metal coins. There was I'm gonna wait until we are for sure on what's coming. Here we'll hit Game of Thrones. Check out, they got some sweet coins in here. And I want to say it's interesting how there's different. I didn't even realize how many different coins there were in the lore. There's like different coins for different houses, but there's a whole like particular set of coins for House Greyjoy, and there was a certain amount, I think, of these that they were sending, and these are pretty sweet looking. But again, I don't want to say for sure, but it just looked, the amount of stuff they were going to send seemed outrageously awesome. So huge thanks to Shire Post Mini. Elderwood Academy, I am not familiar with. Let's check them out. Elderwood Academy is sponsoring the U.S. Nationals. And they, oh, look at this. They got all types of stuff. They got, wow. Look at all this stuff. They got dice, accessories, journals, rollers, DM screens, dice storage. Very cool. Really like kind of like upper scale looking stuff. Thank you to Elderwood Academy for hopping on the U.S. Nationals train. And we all know and love Darksword Miniatures, the mini license owner for the Song of Ice and Fire books. And they are going to provide some, I believe, pewters and such. Not exactly sure exactly what, but they are sponsoring U.S. Nationals. Thank you to Jim from Darksword Miniatures. All right, so we have some new sponsors. And a reminder to please get those early bird tickets before it's too late. We have 1 week left, folks. 1 week left. And then we'll early birds will close and we'll go to standard pricing for Nationals. We are at 20 players. And I know there are so many that say they're coming, but they have not shown yet exactly ticket sales. So, you know, all I can do is spread the word, show the sponsors, remind you guys early birds are almost over. And besides that, it's up to you. So sign up, get those tickets. We still have almost, you know, I should say here, over 5 months. Over 5 months to go for selling tickets total, like if you want to do last minute and stuff. So with 20 players already signed up, it's looking really good. It's going to be fun. Tons of awesome sponsors. And a great group of guys making sure it's going to be the best event ever. So there you go. U.S. Nationals, looking forward to it. I'm eyeballing those plane tickets pretty much every day now. Waiting for that little price drop because it's going to probably come and go pretty fast. But there you are. U.S. Nationals, October 11th through 13th in Chicago. Alrighty. Where are we? Let's go to Adepticon winners. So we were told, now again, this hasn't been officially announced by the host of Adepticon anywhere that I've seen, but through our Discord, I've been told that 4 tickets, I mean, all of us were told in the Nationals group, that 4 tickets were awarded. So four Nationals entries tickets were awarded to various winners. So congratulations to Dave Meckler, Banesh Gillen, Bradley. Oh man, I really don't want to destroy this, but Busham and Larry Moffat. This is the names that I've been given. Again, I am relaying this message, so I hope I'm correct. but we have they had 3 different events there with different winners, with the Nationals tickets as prizes. So I'm looking forward to those. 4 is not actually on our list yet. So we have 24 players and counting for Nationals. So congrats to these guys, and good job at Adepticon. All right. I think that's everything for the standard opening. Checking back in with someone is here watching but not in chat. That's okay. I will move on to my personal list of the week. I think this is going to be my thing until people start submitting, like sharing with me combos and particular lists. But my list this week that I'm focused on, I got thrashed last week? No, I couldn't even play last week. I got thrashed 2 weeks ago. Right after this stream, I played in the, gosh, what is the name of it? Evil Morty's Americas. And I tried to use my Vargo, the last list of the week. I tried to use the Vargo attachment killer list and got obliterated by triple skirmishers. It was not a good showing by my part. I played terribly. I walked into traps. It was not good. This week I have the Great Walrus. I'm going to try some free folk action here in my game later today. And here's the list. So we got, I think, all the Frozen Shore guys. The Baroque is going to be in the Hunters with his boar. We got Trappers with Skin Changer with a bear, I believe. I'm going to use the bear, I think. Great Walrus in the Thins is kind of like, I think, synergizes pretty well. The Chariots and the Bears. I just really love the Great Walrus cards, so I'm looking forward to taking advantage of Battle Endurance and his Activate and Heal and remove a condition token cards. Those seem really good to me. But if you can kind of see what's going on here with the traps, 2 different units of traps, and the Mance Raider enemy attachment and the Frozen Shore Chariots, I'm really going anti-infantry with this list. So luckily for me, my opponent this week in my local league has 2 lists that are all infantry, so I'll be able to get to use this Walrus list, which should be fun. I used it once against Mitchell. If you're watching, congratulations, you obliterated me. I think the list works. I made some very rookie mistakes as far as free folk go, and like I'm still getting used to how to take advantage and use properly coordination tactics and when to pop, regroup, and reform and things like that. So free folk is definitely very interesting and very fun. I recommend trying them out if you have not yet. There we go. The Great Walrus coming in. Okay, it is almost time for me to get off. So lastly, my unique topic of the week this week is going to be Wardens of the West 3. I'm super excited for this. I always stress about making every event I throw, the super what do you call it? Worth it. I want you guys to feel like every dollar you spend towards the event to be able to game is worth it. And I worry about having enough prizes and goodie bags and things to do and all this stuff. But I was reminded recently that just getting together to play games with great people is worth every penny. So the reason why I bring that up is because a large portion of the buy-in for Wardens of the West is being able to play at Pacificon. It's a awesome big Labor Day weekend gaming convention, family friendly in the Santa Clara area, the Bay Area. Lots to do around the convention if you want to make it a longer vacation, maybe with some family. There's I want to say Great America and a big water park like on the same street where this convention is, like down the street. And then there's of course the zoo and the bay and all types of fun stuff you can do in that area. I'm going to have Friday casual events and Saturday, Sunday, the main event. So getting the ticket will get you access to all of those events and all the other free events that are that pop up for Pacificon that are connected to the convention. The convention runs 4 days, and the biggest thing, if you're hoping to come right now, I mean, it'd be great if you could get your ticket also, but the cheaper hotel rooms are the thing that goes the fastest. So get your hotel, get your room as soon as you can. I have the link right here. And again, this entire PowerPoint link will be put into the description as soon as possible. As soon as I'm done talking my face off here. For questions specifically about the show, here's the email. CC this email as well. It says please email both if you really want to get answers quickly. This ticket is just for us. It is not for PacificCon in general. So this link will be only for the Wardens of the West 3. And the description of the ticket says, we have a Swiss format tournament, 6 standard rounds, 2 hours each with large breaks for flea markets and lunches. It says tons of prizes and awards. I didn't write that part. There's definitely going to be prizes and awards. Don't worry about that. But tons, it's going to be, I'm going to do my best. I hope you guys have been appreciative of what I've done in the past. It may not quite be as prize heavy as in the past because of the cost of having it at the convention, right? But the convention brings its own rewards, so that is the goal there. If you are interested in playing, even if you're not sure yet, please sign up on the stats link, which is also here. All right, that just kind of drives everyone else to see that there's people coming and to sign up as well. So just sign up, even if you're a maybe. This ticket link fee, like as I said, is only for participants in our tournament. And it does cover, so the fee that you pay on this link, there's not a separate fee to cover for prizes. So it's all in one. So I do get a portion of this ticket cost goes towards prizes and awards. Okay, so. All right, that is Word of the West. I'm not sure what else to say. I just really hope everyone that's came in the past can come again because it's been such a great time. I hope to see all those friendly faces and new faces if possible. I know it's hard to travel. It's expensive, but I really appreciate it. And it's always great to celebrate this game when we can. So it's a fun time. And Wardens of the West 3 hopes to see you there. So there you go. The banner is currently up in Tacoma, Washington. So if no, I'll have to talk to that crew and see if anyone's coming. If not, we'll have to get it shipped down to pass on to the next host. Yeah, Wardens of the West 3. Any questions, let me know on Discord, Facebook. Yeah, I guess that is it. That was pretty fast, right? It's 4:59. I think we're just on time wrapping this up. Quick, short, to the point, Wednesday in Westeros. Yeah. Anybody else have any current questions? It doesn't look like it. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys like this stuff, but you wish there was more talk about, like weekly talk about maybe the list, like in depth of what I'm trying to combo, or if you want me to do more tactical stuff and include it into this Wednesday in Westeros type of highlight of the week, let me know. If you want me to start, I want to know what you guys want. Like just going over the upcoming events and nationals and a list may not be enough for you to chew on. So let me know what it is you want me to start including. I did the terrain, the different ways to do terrain on the last stream, and I got a lot of responses about that. So I'm bringing this up as a question, as if you guys like that stuff. Like I want to make sure you guys are entertained. So how about that? Let me know. See you guys next week. Hopefully, good news is today the hardware is here. After my stream right now, I'm gonna play my weekly game with that walrus list, and then I'm gonna hop over to my buddies and finally pick up this laptop, which will allow me to start streaming live games and doing all the wonderful things I want to do. So that is the good news. And so until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And sign up for U.S. Nationals and Wardens of the West 3. All right, you guys. Have a good one. Take care.